Let's make some vegan brioche bread. This is my new updated version of this bread. All you're going to need is everything in a KitchenAid, and it'll be really simple and come together quickly. You're going to add a 1/4 cup of aquafaba or chickpea juice, yuck, but it's true, 80 grams of fed sourdough starter in addition to 2 tablespoons of maple syrup for sweetness. I like to weigh everything out on my scale. It makes everything super easy. And instead of butter, we'll add 200 grams of olive oil, ideally high quality olive oil. Add 375 grams of lukewarm water and 750 grams of bread flour, or a combination of bread flour and whole wheat flour. Add your dough hook to your KitchenAid or stand mixer and gently combine all of the ingredients. You can make everything just with your hand, but this makes everything come together much quicker and much easier. You want the dough to slap off the side of the KitchenAid, but it will be a high hydration dough. You want to add 1.5 teaspoons of iodized salt, approximately 17 grams. You can adjust to preference. It is slightly on the lower side for such a high flour dough, and then mix it in once more. I add the salt later because I don't want to hurt the sourdough. Once fully mixed, let rest overnight in the fridge. The following morning, you want to grease your baking tray with a little bit of olive oil and then release the dough. Once the dough has been released, we want to wet a bench scraper and divide the dough into 6 equal sections. I chose not to weigh mine simply because it's easier, but you can definitely weigh each section to ensure perfection. You want to then roll each individual section into a tight ball simply by taking your bench scraper and rotating the piece of dough, each individual section, towards the center. This will mean pulling the dough close to you to create tension on the dough as if you were shaping a boule bread. Once each individual section has been shaped, you're going to take them and plop them into your greased baking tray. No need to add parchment paper, as this grease will ensure that your bread just pops out really quickly. The bread will seem kind of fiddly, but have no fear. Use the baking tray and adjust, moving all of the individual sections kind of to one side, and you will then be able to gently place each section, and you'll have 3 on the right, 3 on the left to have that iconic brioche look. Clean your workspace to keep everything nice and tidy, and add a generous amount of spray olive oil to the top, and we're going to grease it up, and then we're going to just spread it around evenly. I like to then grease 2 or 1 piece of plastic wrap with a generous amount of olive oil again, because this bread will rest in the fridge once again overnight. It requires a long fermentation process. Cover with plastic, then set it in the fridge once again overnight, or up to 48 hours. It won't have a stark sourdough taste, and it won't be very bitter. It'll be sweet and delicious because of that maple syrup. The morning after, I like to let my dough rest in a sunny place so it rises just a little bit, and you'll want to very gently remove the plastic wrap from the top, ensuring that none of that iconic brioche look gets disrupted. That's why we added so much oil to the top and also to the plastic wrap, because without the oil, the plastic wrap would pull the dough and you'd lose that iconic topping. In a preheated oven, we're going to take our bread and bake at 375 Fahrenheit, 190 Celsius for 45 minutes. I like to bake it as is. I don't touch the dough. Sometimes I add another baking tray in the bottom because my oven bakes a little bit more evenly when I include a baking tray, but if you have convection, you won't need this option. Mine is a little bit more dated. Let it chill in the pan for 15 minutes and release until fully baked and cooled, and enjoy. If you guys like this content, be sure to subscribe to the channel for recipes every single Friday and daily shorts. I really hope you enjoy this one. This one's a keeper. See you next week.